Hello, lovelies. Welcome to or welcome back to the dollhouse. I am your yarn host, Kira, and I'm trying to get my Crochet back. I decided to go out of my comfort zone. Usually I am a 4-weight acrylic girl. I can do pretty much anything with a 3-4 weight acrylic once I figure it out. But summer's coming. So I said, okay, gonna need some hats. So, gonna have to play with making summer hats. So I got out, this is a Lilies and Cream. No, yes, I think that is. Yarn tip, once you open one of these, roll the label up, stuff it in the yarn cone. Then you always know what yarn it is. Yep, this is a Lily Sugars and Cream, and this is the one I'm not finished yet. This is called Emerald Energy, and I have just started on this one. This is just going to be a simple double crochet. I'm not going to do anything fancy on that one. Made one up with a granny square. So, this is my granny square hat. Oh no, I look like an idiot with that. So it's just comfy enough that, you know, it gives you a little shade over your eyes. And it's not too flappy. I'm kind of digging it. This is Premier's Hipster Cotton. And I want to say tropical. I want to say this is the color tropical. I just had scraps left of this, so I figured I'd use that. So that one's cute. That's my favorite so far. That one's just easy peasy. Granny square all the way from the top. On this one, I took a little different route. I don't know if the camera is going to pick up the post stitches, but there's post stitches on the top, and then there's post stitches all around, and I made a little bit of a ruffle on it. So it's a lot girlier, but it's cute. I don't think this is the hat for me, but I know a lot of people that would wear this that have, you know, floofy hair that this would look really good with. I think I'm sticking with the granny square hat because my hair is not floofy. Any beanie that you like, you can make into a summer hat, a bucket hat, if you will, by just adding a couple rows of expansions at the bottom. That's all it is. It's a beanie with a skirt. And depending on how many expansion rows you do, sometimes you can get this real frilly thing, and sometimes you can just go a little more traditional with the straight edge and do a single crochet around all the bottom of mine just to give it a little bit of a cleaner edge to it. But yeah, cotton hats have got me out of my rut lately. I've been making a couple. I'm working on my third one. And I have stupid amounts of these in 80 bajillion colors. Plus, you know, every once in a while, Premier has their bag sales. So they sell the 3-packs for cheap. So this is Poolside from Premier. And this is Turquoise. Now these little ones are 131 yards. They are not all cotton. It is Premier Home Cotton, but it's 85% recycled cotton and 15% polyester. And I think that goes for the whole line of Premier Home Cotton. Whereas your Lily Sugars and Cream is 100% cotton. Trying to find stats for you. 14 ounces, 400 grams, 674 yards per cone. And it is 100% made in Canada cotton. Both of these call for a 5-hook. I've been using a 5. I could probably use a 4.5 and get these stitches a little tighter, but you don't really need tight stitches on summer hats because airflow is good. So my Crochet is still missing, but at least I'm experimenting. I really like how this is Premier's Purple Splash. I really like how the color worked out on this. How the post stitches seem to be darker and fading down into a lighter purple. I don't do bucket hats the way most people do. Most people just do, you know, your traditional beanie. I like to make mine with a flat bottom or a flat top. And that's just how I make my hats. I'm not using any of these patterns. I'm not really watching any videos on them. I'm just kind of going on the fly. So, seeing what my brain can do for me to get it unstuck and wanting to do things. Because some days that's hard. And everybody loses their Crochet every now and then. Everybody has problems with, you know, too many choices or not enough choices or not the particular thing that you want or coffee. Or you have yarn but you don't know what to make with it, or you have a project you want to make but you don't have the right yarn. There's all kinds of ways to get stuck. But you are crafty and you are innovative and you will find a way to get unstuck. Sometimes your brain just needs a break from all the counting. Sometimes your brain needs a break from the math. Give it a break. Do little things. These have helped me tremendously because if I have not been making hats for the past 2 days, I don't think I would have been making anything. I did start a everybody's favorite yarn, the Red Heart Granny Square yarn. This is in the color Amethyst. These are, they should put the stats in the same place on all the labels so all of us yarn hosts don't have to roll the thing around and go trying to find it. This is considered 4 weight. You're supposed to be able to make 14 complete granny squares from it with a 5.5 hook. I personally have been using a size 6 hook just because I'm not making a granny square. I'm making a blanket, a pillow cover, this is about half a skein, and this is done in the moss stitch. And it really, I guess it depends on your starting chains, what kind of funky pattern you can make out of it, but I really do like how these colors work up, and I love those little pops of turquoise in there. But that's going to be a moss stitch, whatever I figure out to make, I guess. Which is terrible because I should know what I'm making while I'm making it. But sometimes I just start something and it just kind of turns into something. Sometimes you let the yarn talk to you, which sounds bonkers, but you know. It's kind of bonkers. But yeah, if you have cotton yarn on hand, there's always something to make with cotton. It's just not generally my comfort zone. Some cottons make my skin itchy after a little while. I don't have too much of a problem with the with the Premier. The Lily Cotton and Cream seems to suck all the moisture out of my hands. Hipster Cotton by far has got to be my favorite, but that's more of a garment cotton. Like, this is a kitchen cotton, and you can tell it's a kitchen cotton. It's sturdy, it's heavy, it's a good size 4. Whereas garment cotton is not as thick and is so much softer, depending on which brand you get. Now, I do have some more of the Hipster Cotton in a different color, and I have a couple Yarn Bee cotton cakes that I've got to play with still. So I'm thinking hats for the next couple days until something inspires me. See if you're brave, you can wear it like this. But I think that requires like some bangs or something here to make it look okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm 5 when I have my hat flipped up like this. But you could certainly wear it like this. It depends on your head and your shape of your head and what looks right. There are very few things I have found that make my head look better, because it's my head. And I look at it all the time, so. But this will definitely keep me from getting too much of a sunburn, considering I don't have a whole lot of hair. Coffee is good. I have a sticker company working on a new logo for me, so I'm kind of excited to see how that thing comes out. It's a whole big process when you're working with an actual artist. I feel bad, and I know that, you know, you pay your artist to design things and they like the feedback and they want to know what you want, but I feel bad saying, can you change this and that, and just put something there, and take that out and put that and change that. And I feel so terrible doing that, which is silly because I'm paying for their time to design, and they want me to be as happy with the product as possible. And they said in the beginning, just unlimited switching, changing. Once you got it, it's yours. But switch and change and move, excuse me, things until you're happy with it. I feel bad. I want to just, somebody put their heart and soul into this drawing, and I want to be like, oh, I love it, that's perfect. And then I go, but could you put a yarn ball there? And can you change the star, because the star is not pointed right? And I feel like I'm nitpicking, but I guess I'm supposed to. I'm really bad at this whole like business decision thing. I guess that's why I didn't do it when I was younger, because I was not brain raised for businessy things. Nicotine. I just was not. Today's flavor is vanilla custard. But I will be stash busting a lot of my cottons over the week until I get inspired to make something else. And it's going to be fun to see what I have, because I have little cabinets where I have a whole bunch of these cones. And I have them stacked, so I have one cone this way and one cone that way and then one cone this way. So I can fit like 6 comfortably and like wedge some little skeins of cotton in the middle. I try not to mush my yarn. I don't know if you're not supposed to mush yarn. I'm sure if you mush yarn and then throw it in the dryer, it would unmush. But I'm not really certain. I might have to experiment with that. I don't know. Do you know if you store cotton in a way where it gets smushed, does it unsmush on its own? Can you unsmush it? There's got to be a way to unsmush it. I haven't had this problem because most of the yarn that I have smushed is scraps, and they go for Comfort for Critters, so they don't care if the yarn looks smushed. But I will have to try that because I probably have some smushed skeins sitting around here somewhere. Also, question. Have you ever gotten a Karen anniversary cake? You know, the big, ginormous, like $40 skein of yarn that is like big enough to cuddle and sleep with? What do you do with that? I mean, besides a blanket, because the only one I've ever used, I made a blanket and a pillow cover to make a little nap set. I don't know what else to do with that. But I'm not into chunky yarns. So maybe I should wait until I use some of the yarn I have before I start exploring other textures. Inner brain me says, I do have a lot of yarn. I go a little crazy. And I have a bad habit of seeing yarn and saying, ooh, that's pretty, and buying it, and having no idea what I'm going to make with it. Which would probably be much easier if I bought yarn with an idea in mind. But it has the added benefit of, if somebody asks me for something specific, like, hey, I wanted to get a green and yellow striped hat, I can go, hey, I have both of those. Let's go. So there's not a whole lot of colors I don't have. I don't have colors I don't necessarily like, except pink, because other people like pink, so I have pink in stock. But I try to keep a little bit of everything on hand, which I think is my problem. And I am thinking about taking mystery boxes of yarn that I no longer use, or yarn that's just been sitting here forever and really could use a good home. I mean, all of my yarn is in plastic or is in one of those zippy closed containers, so it's all clean. It's all from a smoke-free house. I do have cats, but if I were to put mystery boxes of yarn on my Buy Me a Coffee website, where you can go and you can buy me a coffee, you can donate to add another blanket to my next shelter drop-off, or you can buy some of the yarny goodness that I have created and listed on there. If I put mystery boxes of yarn and narrow them down by, say, fabric, or by shades like neutrals and brights, and what would you guys think? Would you guys be interested in that? Because I could use the room, and I'd like to see this go to a good home. I know I can just donate the stuff that I don't use, but then it's just going to end back up on eBay, and it's just, this yarn needs to be loved. Someone needs to love it. So leave me a comment. Let me know. If I start doing yarn boxes, would you guys want yarn boxes? Because I have so many discontinued colors and stuff they don't make anymore, and stuff that's hard to find, But I will make sure to send you enough of something to make a project. I'm not going to send you one skein of this and one skein of that. I mean, I can send you like 6 skeins of something. Just because I'm not going to use it. If not, I guess I'll just donate it. I guess if I don't get a lot of feedback on that, I'll just end up donating it. And then somebody can buy it off of eBay like I did when I first started. I went out for a walk today. I got 2 laps around the street, which isn't bad. We live on a cul-de-sac. And we live near the top. So I go up around the circle and down the street. Across the street at the bottom. Go up the street, around the circle, back down the street. And most people have noticed that I've been going out with my walker and trying to get walks in every day. And most people have accommodated that by no longer parking on the sidewalk. Most people. To those people with the ginormous pickup trucks who decide that their truck has to be parked on the sidewalk when they have a perfectly good driveway, I hope you get the day you deserve. Because that's annoying. Although, I must say, between my Fitbit and my walker, which I'm still walking with a walker, with the little wheelie things, if I have to zigzag back and forth into the street to go around vehicles or go around trash cans if it's a Friday, my Fitbit thinks I am mountain biking. And if I don't have to go around trash cans and I just have to weave in and out of the very huge parked trucks that are all the same color for some reason, then it just says that I am off-road biking. Either way, apparently I'm biking, which is funny because I don't know how to ride a bike. Yeah. My parents tried to teach me, but their methods of teaching were very discipline related teachings. And after you fall off a bike 3 times and get yourself whooped for falling off a bike, then you go, you know what? I'll just walk. So I never learned how to ride a bike. You can't whistle either. Just stupid things. Stupid things. Eh. Maybe we'll just call this stupid things. Anywho, I have just figured out that I have been doing my hashtags in my YouTubes wrong. So hopefully you'll be able to find more of my videos now that I'm figuring out how the hashtag thing works. I'm old. I will admit it. I am old, and I understand what my mom meant by how does this remote work. I totally do. And I'm sorry for laughing, because this is what happened. I put up like 70 videos in total, and I got the hashtags right on like 4. So I went back the other day and tried to fix my hashtags. So hopefully you guys can find me if you want to. I'm here. Beyond that, I got nothing else. I'm going to finish working on my emerald hat and see what comes out of that one. Maybe do a little bit more work on my linen stitch, whatever it is, whatever it turns into. And I will try to be back in the next couple days. I've been doing pretty okay lately. My nurse is coming tomorrow, and we're supposed to do like this whole big metabolism panel test thing to see if I can get off the parenteral nutrition and actually just try to go back to regular food, which would be nice, but I don't know if I'm ready for that. So yeah, nervous. Tomorrow my nurse is coming and doing all kinds of tests, so that'll be interesting. And I will try to be back on here once I figure out what to do with this linen stitched not a granny square. Let me know in the comments if you guys would go for mystery boxes, if you have any interest in, you know, separating them out by fiber, by color, by, I guess, color palette. Let me know, because I'd like to get some of this yarn out of here and give it a good home. Adopt a yarn box. I think I'm going to call it an adopt a box instead of a mystery box. You just get like a mutt mixture of yarns. Alright, I'm about done. I've had a long day. I went for a walk. It's time to pajamify and get comfy and watch comfort movies. So, let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite cotton yarn is for doing hats and things like that. I apologize if there's any kind of earthquakey movement thing going on in my stand seems to be a little unstable. But yeah, let me know about the boxes. Let me know what your favorite cotton is to make projects with. And I will see you next time. If you could, give me a like, hit the subscribe. It all helps the algorithm. Make a comment down there, even if you just want to say hi. I try to answer back all the comments I can as long as I have spoons. So, alright. That's all I got. Be good. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. Sprinkle kindness like seeds. It's free. Till next time. Bye, lovelies.